Welcome back to Clean with Kate. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for helping me get to over 1,000 subscribers. It's actually absolutely means the world. So this evening I'm having a bit of a celebration and I'm going to be tidying up my plants. My husband is cooking me a celebration meal and I'm having a celebration drink. It's not actually off the cocktail cabinet. Oh my goodness, which is glistening here after I gave it a bit of a polish the other day. He's poured me a glass of Prosecco. So I thought while he's cooking dinner, he's cooking a really nice dinner for us. I thought I'd come and bring you into the conservatory and just show you what I'm going to be doing. And actually, I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm going to actually do it because it's quite relaxing. It's quite therapeutic. I'm going to just come in here and deadhead, I think. I'll start with deadheading and see how far I got. Anyway, I'm going to attach my phone now to my harness so I can actually do the thing. So excuse the horrible noise. You might want to turn your volume down. Right, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I do need to do so much tidying up in here. But you know what? It didn't get like this in a day. It's not going to get like out of this, is it? So anyway, cheers. I just wanted to say thank you so much to all my lovely new subscribers and my old subscribers. I really appreciate you. And come and join me for a bit of deadheading and a bit of tidying up in the conservatory. I'll just tell you a little bit about the conservatory. Whoops. And the furniture in here. This cupboard is my favourite piece of furniture in the house. I love this cupboard. I just wonder if I need to find a better place for it really, because it's not looking its best in here. It's covered in succulents at the moment. Anyway, I love it. I love it to bits. I love the colour. I love everything about it. This is a really good find. About 12 years ago in an antique centre. It may have been more. I think I had it in my last house. But it's just the most lovely colour of green. It just sparks total joy in me. Do you know what? I've just realised I haven't actually got a bucket in here to deadhead. So I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to decant the onions into there. Those onions look like they're ready to go into storage. And I'm going to need to use this bucket. This needs to go away. I need to bring a bucket in here. That's probably why I haven't deadheaded. And I'm just going to start by deadheading the geraniums. Oh, I was going to tell you about the conservatory. I've forgotten that. I've had half a glass of Prosecco on an empty stomach, so you'll have to excuse me if I ramble a little bit. As you can see, I've just taken it. Ooh, careful you don't take off the new heads. Whoops, might be a casualty. I just have to watch what I'm doing with these snips. They're ever so sharp. Anyway, I was going to tell you about the furniture in the conservatory. So we put the cupboard in, and the staging all around the conservatory it may be original. I think it may be Victorian, but it's probably been redone at some point. I think it's probably been copied, or maybe the previous owners had it built. But this conservatory has staging all the way around it. A couple of years ago, we pulled all the staging out. We took all the shelves down and we repainted it all. But it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It was made for the conservatory, so it fits it. And it's absolutely fantastic. I think it may have been made around the time the conservatory was built, but I don't know. I should probably need to ask the previous owners. The guy that grew up in this house actually is a neighbour. So when the house sold, they bought his mum. It was his mum's house, and she bought the house down the road, and he's now living in it and has inherited the house. So I could ask him when the conservatory staging was put in. It may be that they put it in. I think they were very much on the same wavelength as us. They loved plants, they loved their conservatory, so they may have put it in. But it may be Victorian. I'm not absolutely sure. There's so much to do in here. The Lloyd looms I've put in. I bought all of these at auction. They normally look a bit tidy in this. It's not looking its best at the moment. But you know what? If you come along with me for the ride, you can see the before and after, hopefully. I don't know how much I'll get done while he's cooking dinner, because he is just cooking steaks. But I'm just going to start by deadheading these geraniums. So that will really tidy up the plants. So you can actually see the nice fresh flowers. And it actually stimulates them into growth by deadheading them. I'm using a pair of these Bergen and Ball snips, which a friend recommended to me, and they are wonderful. They're my favourites. They're quite available quite widely. They're in garden centres, so you can buy them online, but they are really, really good. I like them so much that I've got quite a few pairs of them. I'm not sure if they're all the same make. I don't know if you can see them in there. Are they all the same make? I think I might have some cheaper ones. These are the cheaper ones, and these are the Bergen and Ball ones. But actually, the Bergen and Ball ones are my favourites. So I think it's worth paying for the more expensive ones. She was right. They're definitely worth having. They do a lot of nice gardening products. They're one of my favourite sort of gardening product companies to buy from. But I think, how many pairs of snips does one girl need? I think if I'm in a garden centre and I feel the urge to buy something, I usually buy a pair of snips. Anyway, let's keep going with the deadheading. I need to be careful not to cut off the new heads which are coming. These are incredibly sharp, so you do need to be careful with them. It's be very easy for me to cut myself, particularly while I'm distracted. And I've had a glass of Prosecco. It's probably not the best idea I've ever had. Anyway, golly, hopefully this isn't going to end up as an A&E video. Let me just go down here. I hope you can still see. I've got you've just seen my new skirt, new to me skirt. I bought this skirt last week when we went thrifting in a local town, a market town, which has a really, really good flea market, and it has a sort of second-hand clothing market. It's a really good place to visit. And actually, I bought this in one of the local charity shops that had a sale on. They were selling off the sort of summer things. And I think they regarded this skirt that I bought as a summer skirt. But actually, it's such a great colour. I love it to bits. It's the perfect autumn skirt, sort of early autumn skirt. And it's lined, it's a monsoon skirt. And I absolutely love it. I'm wearing it, I've started wearing it all the time. It's my new favourite skirt. And it will transition very well. It looks really good with wellies. So because it's more autumn colours, it looks really good with wellies. Whereas a lot of summer skirts don't look so good with wellies. And we definitely had a bit of a welly day yesterday and today. Because we had some incredible heavy rain, thank goodness. Because we really did need it. So I've been wearing wellies for the last couple of days, which is a sharp transition. But, you know, the garden needed it, so I was really glad to see the rain. And the trouble is with the conservatory, it doesn't rain in here, and it's desperate for watering. Right, I need to pull some of the plants off the top shelf, because they are really struggling up here. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but I may actually need to pull them down, so I can't get to them, to deadhead them. Oh, anyway, how's your week going? I've had an incredibly busy week. We're in the middle of a huge building project here, which I will be showing you soon when the builders are finished. I'll be taking you on a tour. We've been converting some barns that are within our property into houses. So it's really, really exciting. And we're just about on the final push now. So we're getting there. We're on to the fun bit now, furnishing it, which is always the bit I enjoy most. And I do need to work quite hard on it. I need to get the character back into the buildings. The problem when you convert agricultural buildings into houses is sometimes you lose the character. And on one of the barns, I definitely feel like we have lost a lot of character. So it was something that I was struggling with initially, but now that I'm starting to furnish it, I'm hoping we can get the character back into the building. One of the barns I absolutely love. And the other one is because so much of the wood was, you know, full of woodworm and decayed, and we had to replace. I was quite sad that we lost a lot of character. But anyway, right, I'm getting distracted by watering. I don't want to water yet, because once you start watering, then it's quite a lot of mess. I want to get the deadheading done first. Also, I've got my favourite pink plimsolls on. I don't really want to get them wet. When I'm watering, I'll usually put an older pair of trainers on, whereas these are new to me. These, again, were a charity shop purchase, but I absolutely love them. Right, okay. Oh golly, look at this plant. You can see we haven't watered enough in the last week. These are really dehydrated. This is not good. My poor plants are suffering. I need to get my husband in here, and we need to do a bit of urgent watering. I tend to get him to help with the watering because a lot of the plants are on quite high shelves. Oh my goodness, here's another one that needs some. This is such a messy job. Another one that needs some urgent TLC. I think I might actually, that one is so dry, I'm actually going to sit it in the pot that I'm putting the dead heads in because it's so messy. It's an incredibly messy job, but it's actually quite a therapeutic job. When we first bought the house, this was one of the jobs, and we restored the conservatory. This was actually one of my favourite rooms in the house. I used to love, particularly on a rainy day, oh my goodness, on a rainy day to come in here when the rain is pouring down on the roof and just garden in the rain. It's just bliss. It's a really relaxing space to be in. This is a nice time of day to come in here because it's cooler. And actually, if we get it tidied up, it's a really lovely room in autumn. During high summer, it can be a little hot in here in the day to spend time in here, but it really comes into its own in the autumn and the spring. And I absolutely love this room. Right, I think I might need to take the rest of those flowers off because they're not looking good, are they? Do you have a favourite room in your house? What's the favourite room in your house? This is definitely up there for me, my favourite rooms. And I'm going to water that plant because it is incredibly dry. I might actually get sidetracked and give it a bit of water because I've given it a really good tidy up. So let's pop some water on it and resuscitate the poor thing. Oh, good. I feel like I'm actually doing some good in here because you can see how much these plants are desperate for water. Right, okay, that's looking a lot better. Oh, I've got another one I need to give a bit of urgent TLC to. I just don't want to get this water on my shoes. The water that we use to water the conservatory comes from a water butt, and the water butt is the rainwater that comes off the conservatory roof, which is a great thing because it's really good for the plants because it hasn't got any chlorine in it. But the only downside is at this time of year, it's full of life. So if you have a look down here, can you see that? This bucket here, I don't know if I can zoom in or not, bear with me. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. Okay, that bucket there is full of water from the water butt. It's also full of pondweed. It's full of duckweed, and it's probably also full of wildlife, unfortunately. The wildlife does seem to like our water butt. And also, sometimes when it's really dry, we have to fill the water butt from the borehole, and we fill it with the water that's not gone through the treatment. So the water that comes out of our borehole comes out orange, and we have to put it through a water treatment thing to remove all the iron. So it means that when we water the conservatory, quite often the water stains everything yellow. So I really do not want to get that water on my shoes. So that's a very long-winded explanation for why I prefer it when my husband waters. Right, look at all these watering cans, they're all empty. So I need to ask him, I need to really plead with him tonight, will he come and fill up my watering cans for me? I find lifting the watering cans out of the water butt quite hard work on my shoulder. I've had a previous shoulder injury and I just find it's really, really hard. So he tends to do it for me. Oh my goodness, I've got snails in here. I think I might need to take the snail out. Let's pop him in the compost and he can go out because I'm going to fill this really quickly. So I'm just going to water a few of the plants that are looking particularly stressed with the remaining water. Let's pop that there. I have got a couple of watering cans that are still full. Right. Oh, look at the snail. Isn't that incredible? He's living in my conservatory because the heat in here is insane. But I suppose in the day, I suppose he finds somewhere to go that's in the shade. And there are lots of nice wet places in the conservatory because some of the plants that I've got like it wetter than others. So the plants that I've got in the shade, I try and keep them, some of them are sat in water. So he probably hides in the dark, wet areas rather than the full sun. Golly, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Let's focus on this side. If I stay on this side, it means that I'll know that I've done one area. I think that is the trick when you're doing anything around the house, is to focus on one sort of area of the house. Same in the garden, because I've got a big house and a big garden, which is really lovely. But there's a lot of work. Sometimes it's very easy if you don't focus in one place that you end up feeling like you haven't actually achieved anything. You look and you think, well, what did I actually? It doesn't look any different. So that's why in the conservatory, I like to keep my focus to one area so that then I can look at that area and go, oh, actually it looks a lot better. I've deadheaded that section and I can see a difference, because I think we need that reward. I certainly do. When I'm working on something, I need that reward of actually seeing some progress. It's like when you're trying to lose weight. Oh my goodness, what is this rose doing in here? We have a climbing rose that has actually come into the conservatory through a hole in the roof, I think. But actually, I need my husband to deal with that. It's going to bring the roof tiles off. If you look up there, it's coming through the roof. And it would be lovely if it's flowering in here, but I don't think I want it this far down. So I am actually going to cut this back, because it's just going to cause a problem. It's thriving. It loves it in here. Right. I'm just reaching up for a couple of the high bits. So, excuse me, you're probably not going to be able to see anything. I'm just going for that one behind there. Let's pan back and have a look at what we've done. Okay, so if you have a look, you can see that I've done most of the deadheading now in this area. I think I might need a bit more of my Prosecco. I've only had a sip. And it is quite, what time is it now? It's when I'm filming this, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. But it's one of those jobs that you just have to do in the evenings. It's just, at the moment, it's too hot to do this in the day. And I've actually deadheaded all of these, which is a really good achievement. Do you know, I might go into the other side now, because actually that doesn't need that much doing. I haven't got much room left in my bucket either. Oh, I didn't set a timer either. That's not like me. I think the timer, actually I'm going over here. Latimer decided it. There's so much that needs doing over here. And you can actually see what I'm doing, which is always nice. But you know what, the timer is my husband cooking. So hopefully when he's finished cooking, because he's cooking me a nice celebration meal tonight. Wednesday is usually our, is it Wednesday? Yes, it is Wednesday when I'm filming this. Wednesday is our date night. We started having a date night years ago when the children were really little, and it was always a Wednesday. It kind of breaks up the week to have it on a Wednesday. And then Friday is always a sort of date night in our house. But Wednesday, we make a bit of a special effort. So he's cooking me a steak. I think we're going a bit keto tonight because we're a bit naughty. We had to run loads of errands this afternoon in the city. So we had a McDonald's. So we've had a very, very high carb lunch. So now we're having a bit of a keto dinner. We did have the vegan in McDonald's, but even so, it's very carbohydrate rich. And as we're both trying to drop a few pounds at the moment, having a McDonald's isn't the best way to do that. But we're going to have a bit more of a sort of healthier dinner. So lots of veggies and a steak and no chips. Oh my goodness. Will he stick to that though? He does like to make his own chips. So we shall see. We shall find out if he's managed to resist making chips. But you know what? If he has made them, I will eat them and I will enjoy them. All right, I'm getting loads done in here. I wish I'd set a timer though. Because the problem is he might just decide that, actually I'll just leave her to it since she's working and she's deadheading. Then I'll just leave her to get on with it, because at least I'm not having to do it. Golly, these plants under here are so dry. Right, actually I'm making a lot of progress in here. But I really should have set a timer. Because this job could just keep me going for hours, couldn't it? I don't know how long I've been going now. This is one of my favourite jobs in the house. But it's very nice when we do it as a team, because it obviously gets so much done in here when we do it as a team. Because it is quite a big job, so I may not get it all done in one go. And I actually need a bigger bucket. I think, look at that. Maybe that's the timer. When I fill the bucket, I'm going to stop. I can't do the top stuff either because I can't reach it down. There's more water here as well, so I might do a bit of watering before I finish. Oh, golly, there is a lot of deadheading to do. But really, I should sweep the floor first. But is that my perfectionism? I should sweep the floor and then I should water. And if you have a look up here, I haven't even started on the top showers, but I can't reach them without going up a ladder. And I'm not sure it's a good idea for me to go up a step ladder after I've had half a glass of Prosecco on an empty stomach. What do you think? You know what? I think I should stop on the deadheading now. Get the watering cans out of the way so I don't trip over them, and I should do a little bit of brushing up. Because actually, I should have a sip of my Prosecco. Because actually, if I brush some of the mess up, I think I'll feel better about it. Because when I've been coming in here, I hope you can see what I'm doing. But when I've been coming in here, I love this room so much. But coming in here and seeing it's in such a mess, it's been the opposite of sparking joy. It's been making me feel a little stressed. I am the sort of person that when my house is a mess, I feel bad inside. And I know that shouldn't be the case. It definitely isn't the case for my husband. I don't think the state of the house affects his mental health, but it definitely does for me. I don't know why that is, but it does. Do you find the same? I think it's quite a common thing for women to find that the house affects them. I like the house to be lived in, but I do like it to look organised and managed and just homely and not too messy. Yeah, there's a balance, isn't there? There's a balance between really, really messy and sort of just lived in. And I want it to look lived in and welcoming and homely. But I think this conservatory's got past that point now. This conservatory has just been stressing me because I know I need to do it. So this is why I'm doing it this evening. Because I know I will appreciate the fact that I've done it. And I will enjoy sitting in here. Because we are getting to the time of year when it's a really lovely room to sit in. Right, okay. Less waffling, Kate. And get some of that stuff up off the floor. Where is my dustpan and brush? And once I've got the worst of it off, I'll probably come in and vacuum. Oh no, I've got an earwig there. I wonder if I can get him up. Come on, Mr. Earwig. In my dustpan and brush, you can go out. Oh, I have actually managed to catch the earwig. Whether he'll stay in the bucket, I don't know. Right, I'm going to try and get the worst of the leaves, sorry about that, off these chairs. I think I might actually need to take these chairs outside and brush them off. They're pretty bad. I'm going to get all that up and in there. Oh my goodness. This bucket's a bit of a pain because it's got holes in the bottom, so it's not absolutely ideal. But you know what? It's the only bucket I've got in here. So it's better than no bucket. Right. Sorry, I keep jerking the camera around. I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to give you a better view, but I just don't think it's possible. So anyway, there we go. Oh, there's more here. Do you know what? I think I might just brush these chairs off. And then I'll brush it off the floor. That's probably going to be easier. Or even, oh golly, why don't I vacuum it off? Right, look, you can see already the difference that has made. Just spending, I think I've probably been in here about 15 minutes. But I'm going to go and check because I think my dinner might be ready. Steak doesn't take that long to cook. Right, let's have a look. I knew I wouldn't get it all done in one go. Oh, I need to pull those off there. But you know what? It's just spotted a load more that needs doing, typically. But look at all that. That all came off my plants. Let's pan back. Actually, I'll leave that there because I will want to come back and do more. Let's have a little look. It's a bit better than it was. It's not there yet. It's definitely going to take a couple of goes. And every time I pull back, I can see more that he's doing. That's the problem, isn't it? Look at all this under here. Right, I need to just let it go, I think, for tonight. I'm quite tired. I've had a really busy day. As I say, we've been out into the city sourcing furniture for our new project. Right, I'm going to move this plant because I don't like it there. It makes it look very cluttered. I'm just going to pop it out the way on one of the shelves for now. I think the poor thing needs some light. And I can pop that under there, out of the way for when I'm cleaning my pots. Right, I'll pop that there. Okay, I'm coming back. Oh my goodness, I think my watering cans might be breathing. Can you have too many watering cans? Right, look, so that looks a lot better. What do you think? I do need to get my husband to help and tackle the top shelf with me, but it looks a lot tidier, and we do need to sort our onions out and get them into storage now because they've formed really nice hard skins now. We should be able to store them. Well, there's a few of them actually are still a bit green, so I need to rotate them. But anyway, they're looking much better. I'm just going to see what water's in there. I've got a bit of water, so let's do a little bit of watering while I'm in here. Because these plants are really, really thirsty. Golly, they are thirsty. It's so lovely and cool in here at the moment. Oh, dinner time. That's the music to my ears. I'll just empty this watering can and then I'm going to go and have my dinner. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed joining me on my little water expedition to tidy up my conservatory, my regular expedition. And I've watered some of the casualties, so hopefully they will be okay. And again, I'm going to finish my Prosecco and I'm going to go and have my dinner. I'll just pan back so you can have a view. I think it looks better than it did. It's progress. At the end of the day, progress, not perfection. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I've put a couple of house tours up in the last week that you may really enjoy. I'll try and post a link to the house tours below. Anyway, bye for now.